Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Warrender. I'm here to read a book to you today. Now I'm going to read this book called Bumblebear, and it was picked out by a little girl who used to be in my class called Scarlett. She said it was her favourite book, so I thought we'd give it a read. Once there was a bear called Norman who loved honey. He really loved it. And he was always a bit sad when it ran out. But getting hold of more honey was always a bit tricky. If only I could be a bee, he sighed. If only I could have as much honey as I like. And then Norman had quite an amazing and brilliant idea. It was an ordinary morning at bee school. "Hello, bees," said the Queen, who was in charge. "We have a new bee at bee school today." "Ooh," said all the little bees. "Everyone say hello to Norman." Don't think he's a bee, is he? "Hello," said Norman. "Ooh," said all the little bees. "Aren't you a bit big?" said Amelia, who was a rather clever little bee. "I'm a special bee," said Norman. "I come from a land far away called Giant Bee Land." Said Amelia. But then it was time for lessons to start. They began the day with some painting. Then Norman joined in with some buzzing practice before everyone went down for a nap. The bees showed him all sorts of games during playtime. And Norman was brilliant at the waggly dancing. And then it was time to go home. Bee school is amazing, thought Norman. He couldn't wait to come the next day. The next morning was even better. Norman was very good at finding the smelly flowers. He was so funny and friendly, and he always tried his best. The bees really liked him. And he always tried his best even through flying lessons. After lunch, the bees learnt how to chase away anyone who came after their honey, like spiders, mice, toads and bears. Amelia still felt that there was something a bit odd about Norman. She tried to work out what it was. Bears steal honey, smell bad, and they roar a lot. Amelia told the other bees what she had found out, but they didn't believe her. "Of course Norman's a bee," they said. "Just look at him." "He's not a bee, and I shall prove it," said Amelia. She took Norman to the bees' secret honey store. Well, when he saw all that honey, Norman just couldn't help himself. Honey, 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 honey. After all, he really loved honey. What has he done? He's eaten it all. "See, Norman isn't a bee, he's a bear," said Amelia. "What the chickens?" gasped all the little bees. Said Norman. He was asked to leave the bee school at once. He's sad. With Norman gone, things were very quiet at bee school. "Norman was such a funny bee," sighed the bees. "Norman was such a busy bee," sighed Amelia. "Norman was a naughty bee," said the Queen, "and bee school is no place for bears." But later that night, the bees heard a loud crash and a diabolical roar. "Oh no," they cried, "it's a bear." And this bear was a big, nasty bear, and it trampled all over bee school. It grabbed the hive and started to shake it. The bees tumbled out in a panic. They tried to chase the bear away, but it was just too big and too bad. But then, who do you think saves the day? A fearsome buzzing beast burst through the trees. Buzz! Eek! Squealed the bear. It's a giant bee! And it ran away as fast as it could. The bees were saved and Norman was a hero. They gave him a big pot of honey and the Queen presented him with a special award. You definitely aren't a bee, said the Queen, but you're no ordinary bear. I think you are a Bumblebear. And Bumblebears were definitely allowed to go back to bee school. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.